Hello, friends. This is the Note Coach podcast. I'm your host, Suzanne Culberg. Welcome to episode 261, When You're Not Feeling Jazzed About January. I literally just wrote down the date before hitting record, and I was like, how is it the 16th of January already? Where has half of the month gone? And there are some people who are like, new year, new you, fresh energy, let's go, and have started the year with a bang. And then there's the rest of us who are like, how is the month half over already? And those, if you're in that camp, those are the people I want to speak to today. Sidebar, because I just went to lean back. I have a new chair. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm very excited. I feel kind of like, is it Mr. Smithers? Who's the guy who does the thing from The Simpsons? I obviously haven't watched that show in ages. But yeah, it's a new chair. It swivels. It's comfortable. It's got armrests, and I can do the Mr. Smithers fingers. So anyway, distracting myself on my own episode. But that's the thing. Some people start January with a laser focus. I'm going to do this and this and this and this, and they're productive as fuck. And some people start January with, what's my goal for January? Getting through January. And squirrel, oh, and new chair, oh, and if you are not laser focused, you can berate yourself for that. You can spend a lot of time, money, energy looking at planners or systems or productivity tools, or you can just own the way that you're wired and make the most of it. Not that long ago, somebody sent me an email. I love it when you guys send me emails. I really, really appreciate them. And it was like, you are a content creating machine. What planner do you use? And I was like, I don't use a planner. I live my life by Google Calendar. I used to use pen and paper planner, but things change and move around and whatever. And forever having to use like Tipex or whiteout or whatever you call it, or crossing things out, erasing them, moving to another spot. Like to me, that's just busy work. When I moved to Google Calendar and you can shift things around with simply the click of a button, I swear that was life-changing. And it also syncs to my phone, so I can look at my phone and see, where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. But anyway, that's another sidebar. So back to if you're not feeling jazzed about January, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Like the month's half over, I haven't done all the things. Some people, I swear, are writing off 2024 already. And if that's you, hold your horses. We are like on the 16th day. So we are 15 days in to a year that is 366 days long. We're not even 10% of the way there yet. We're like, I don't even know if we're 5% of the way there yet. Slow it down. Breathe. If all you've done this year is eat a lot, sleep a lot, read a lot of books, switch off to Netflix, maybe that's what you needed. Maybe a slow start is exactly what you needed, and you honored yourself and you gave that to yourself. And then when you are ready to start revving up, you're fully rested. Normally, because January here in Australia is summer and my kids are on school holidays, I usually have a really slow start to the year. This is the first year that I've actually done work in January. I usually wait till the kids go back to school. And now I'm second guessing my life choices and wondering, this is why I don't work in January. Because look at all the things you're trying to navigate. Like I was reflecting the other day, nominally, my kids go to school, I do some work, I have some break between calls. And I like to work with a lot of breaks and a lot of flow. That works really well for me. When the kids are on holidays, I do some work. When I'm not working, I'm with my kids, playing board games, just being with my children, and then I'm back to work. I don't actually get any downtime. And especially as somebody who's highly introverted and highly sensitive and very empathic, I get cranky as fuck because I don't get any space to recharge. I'm either at my desk or I'm with my kids or I'm cooking or cleaning. And yes, I understand these are all first world problems and they're great problems to have. I'm not, that aside. But all that to say, the emotional labor of always being on, either on at my computer, working behind the scenes, working with clients, on mum mode, being with family, on cooking cleaner mode, that is really draining. And there isn't a time or space to just. Last night, Gladiators came back on TV. I used to watch that when I was a kid, and I was like, this is back. I'm excited. And, the kids were supposedly in bed, and I was like, okay, finish work. I can sit down, I can relax, I can watch this show on replay, wholly on my own. Then one appeared, and then the other appeared. What are you watching, Mum? And then there's the commentary all the way through. And suffice to say, they did not enjoy it, and it did not bring back memories of when I was young. But, it's like even the little things that normally recharge you and bring you energy, especially as an introvert, can be more challenging in times, school holidays or times when everybody is home. So all that to say, if you, like me, are not feeling particularly jazzed about January, instead of berating yourself, beating yourself up, getting down on yourself, I really encourage you to look at, how much do you truly have on your plate? Because if I looked at it from the outside, it's a lighter workload than I normally have. Yes. And that's the part that I was like getting down on myself about. But also, it is a different workload than I already have. Children are home all the time, having to, like, entertain them, also genuinely wanting to spend time with them and connect with them. Also getting them prepared for the coming school year. Like yesterday, we went and bought, stationery, pencils, items, and then, that connection time. So sometimes, what are you defining as what you have on your plate? Like, are you just focusing on the amount of work that you're getting done, on the amount of external things that you're achieving? Are you counting? Is it on your radar, the time that you're spending with a loved one? I was working with a client recently who has a lot of carer responsibilities currently. And it was like, at your work, at your desk, the amount of productive hours you're putting in, yes, 100% that has reduced. But you are looking after an entire other person. You are washing in them, bathing them, cooking for them, taking them to all of their appointments, managing the life of another adult being that you weren't doing before. And we can so easily discount or not even have this onto our radar, even though it takes up a large proportion of time. So for anyone who's like, oh, I'm just not getting anything done. Another person I was chatting to recently moved house. That's a huge thing because you've got to pack up your old house. You've got to clean it. You've got to have it prepared for the new occupants. You've got to move to the new area. When you move to the new area, reestablishing yourself, finding yourself a doctor and a dentist, and where is the supermarket, and where are you going to get your groceries, and where do you park your car, and like all of these things that we just downplay and discount and say to ourselves, oh, I'm not jazzed about January. I'm not getting anything done. You're getting heaps done when you pause and have a look at all these extraneous things that you don't even count. And even if you're listening to this and going, well, I don't have kids, and I haven't moved house, and I'm not caring for anyone, if your body is crying out for rest and rejuvenation, perhaps that you are not lazy, you're just giving yourself what you need. Or if you truly are avoiding something and going, I know, or I'm supposed, I should do a whole episode on that word, supposed. Supposed to me is like a should. I'm supposed to be doing this. I should be doing this. But if that truly is the case for you, why are you avoiding it? What's going on underneath? So many things to think about. All of this to say, if you're not jazzed about January, you're not alone. I really encourage you to get off the train of berating yourself and beating yourself up that we're halfway through the month already and 2024 is a write-off. We might be halfway through the month, but we're not even 5% into the year. Taking the time that it takes is never going to be a bad thing in the scheme of things. And from that rest and from that rejuvenation place, how much more productive will you be going into the rest of the year? That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. Oh, and thank you for people who've been making donations. I so appreciate you. So if you love the show, you can go to suzanneculberg.com. If you click on resources there's a whole bunch of things you can look through, newsletter, masterclass and stuff. But if you want to support the show, there's a link there to make a donation. If you're watching this on YouTube and you click down in the video description, you can make a donation there. I so appreciate it. It really, really helps support the show and keep it going. If for whatever reason a donation isn't in your pleasure or isn't in your budget, other ways you can support the show: invite people to listen to it, share your favorite episode on socials. Let people know about the show and why you enjoy it and help spread the word. I so appreciate that. Thank you for listening. Catch you on the next one. Bye for now.